Hey everyone, hey wellness crew, welcome to Movement with Jenna. Today we're going to be doing some yoga, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with our hands up overhead, breathing in, swan diving into a forward fold, walking our hands forward into plank, coming into hovering so only the palms of our hands, the balls of our feet, and our toes are in contact with the mat, coming up into upward dog, tucking our toes underneath to get into downward facing dog, walking our hands in towards our feet, forward fold, and slowly rolling up. Let me do it from this direction so I have a little bit more space. Okay, so breathing in, lifting our arms up, swan diving into a forward fold, relaxing the neck, walking our hands forward into plank, coming into hovering, coming into upward dog, tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog, walking our hands in towards our feet, forward fold, and slowly rolling up, coming into a chair flow. Arms back and behind us, bending our knees and letting our hands come forward. And just keeping on moving, keeping on breathing. You're doing great. And coming back into sun salutations, raising our arms up overhead, breathing in, swan diving into a forward fold, walking our hands out into plank, coming into hovering, coming into upward facing dog, tucking our toes underneath for downward facing dog, walking our hands in towards our feet, forward fold, and slowly rolling up, lifting our arms up, swan diving into a forward fold, walking our hands forward into plank, bending our elbows, coming into hovering, coming into upward dog, tucking our toes underneath, coming into downward facing dog, walking our hands in towards our feet, forward fold, and slowly rolling up. We got one more, lifting our hands up overhead, swan diving into a forward fold, walking our hands forward into plank, bending at our elbows, coming into hovering, coming into upward dog, tucking our toes underneath, coming into downward facing dog, walking our hands in towards our feet, forward fold, and slowly rolling up. All right, we're going to come back into that chair flow. So our arms are back behind us, then we're bending our knees, having our arms straight in front of us. Got 5 more. All right, awesome. So from there, we're going to go ahead and do a side bend. We're going to lift our arms up overhead, and we're going to reach to our left side, to our right side, stretching out our left side, keeping our spine up and fully erect. Feeling that nice stretch on the left-hand side, coming back to the middle, and now going to the left-hand side, feeling that stretch on our right-hand side. And coming back to center, relaxing those arms for a second, letting them have a little bit of rest before we go into Warrior One. So bending that right knee, having the left knee straight with our toe at a 45-degree angle. Our arms are overhead. We're going to straighten out that front leg, come down into triangle, putting our right hand down, and extending our left arm overhead, trying to look at our left hand with our eyes. Taking some nice deep breaths in this position. Coming into a forward fold over that right leg, coming into pyramid. And slowly rolling up. So now we're going to go ahead and do the left foot. So having that left knee bent, that right knee straight, with our right foot out at about a 45-degree angle, having our arms straight up overhead, trying to have our hips pointing forward. Nice deep breaths. You're doing awesome. Extending that left leg, bringing that left arm down, bringing the right arm overhead, and trying to gaze at the palm of our hand or at our hand. Taking a few nice deep breaths right here. Coming into a forward fold or into pyramid. And slowly rolling up. So now we're going to go ahead and come into Warrior Two. So we're going to bend that right knee. We're going to extend those arms out. We're going to be gazing over our right hand. We want our hips to be facing this way, so facing the front. Nice deep breaths right here. And switching sides. And coming into a straddled forward fold. Slowly rolling up, coming back into sun salutations. We're going to go ahead, lift our arms up overhead, breathing in. Swan diving into a forward fold. Moving our arms out in front of us so we can get into plank. Bending at our elbows to come into hovering. Coming up into upward dog. Tucking our toes underneath to come into downward facing dog. Stepping one foot forward, the other foot meets it, forward fold. And slowly rolling up, coming into that chair flow. So arms back overhead, bending at the knees, and coming with our arms straight in front of us. Back overhead, and bending of the knees. You got this. Last 5. Now we're going to come into a standing position into mountain pose. And we're going to go ahead and end here. We're going to raise our right palm to our heart. We're going to close our eyes. We're going to lower that hand. Being strong in mountain, thinking of something that we are grateful for. It can be one thing, it can be many things. Focusing on the breath. Be keeping in mind whatever it is that you're grateful for in this moment and carrying on that throughout your day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join as it is popping off at the other tiers. And I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream or video. Be well, stay wild as well.